Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do a reading for the full moon in Scorpio on May the 2nd. There is a lot of context for this full moon in the sky, but what's coming through for me is Gemini. The planet Gemini has been entered into by Uranus and Venus together at the time that I'm doing this reading, a few days before the full moon. This is important because this is lighting up various ways that we are communicating from a deeper place of wholeness within ourselves. So this is less about the surface, less about being communicative in a way that is glib, but more about speaking your truth from a place of honesty. And yet with Venus conjuncting Uranus, we're softening the impact or the way that we're delivering what can be a very harsh truth to others, one they've avoided, one that is messy, is attached with pain or suffering, or one that just simply prompts us to have to do something, to have to make a change in our lives. So this theme of communication at an ever newly empowered way through technology, it's important the content of that communication, of that information we're sharing. And from the energy archaeology, I pulled for you vulnerability, and it seems to me I pulled this very same card for you at least once over the past couple of weeks. And if so, I kind of apologize, but I also don't, because there's something here for you. So I'm going to make a very brief reading from the guidebook, and hopefully more information will come through the reading. Vulnerability is called a strength by some and a weakness by others. Consider this: it is neither. It doesn't have to be dressed up as a strength for it to be valuable, nor does it need to be a weakness for relevancy. Vulnerability is simply a state of being, a way of meeting the world and other people without protection and armor, without hiding and manipulating, without having to cut yourself open and bleed your truth for all to see. Vulnerability is softness. It's your humanity, and it is a gift that you first must give to yourself. So I like that, and that is coupled with the Glyph Oracle, number 40, which reduces down to number 4, the Emperor, but the key words are listen and ears, and there's a beautiful Ganesh deity pictured on this card if you can see it. These are very soft, so apart from the fabulous colors, the details of the picture may be a little bit difficult to see. And this is, I did read something that might be useful here. Seek to understand before seeking to be understood. And use discernment in what you choose to listen to and absorb. Those two maxims seem to be relevant. I think the idea of seeking understanding is natural to your sign, that you are a sign that does not shy away from mysteries, from complexity, from deep, dark feelings and emotions, from looking at your shame, your guilt, and for seeking out what is hidden, what isn't seen. That is a powerful clue for you. So I do feel that this full moon is particularly relevant for those that are in the throes of some kind of critical communication, whether you're making a presentation to others, you're writing something that is going to be shared with others, or you're in a dynamic process of communication or discourse. Understanding that the greatest shifts can come through what feels like an accidental or a coincidental conversation or exchange of information. In the present, the Eight of Jades. The picture I'm getting here is of you working on something that you absolutely love and are devoted to. And that's a good thing, because this is taking almost every fiber of your being to develop, to work on, to improve, to move towards its inevitable success. Your work ethic is on point. You've sustained this effort over a long period of time, and you are exhilarated through the process of unleashing your thoughts, your ideas, um, whatever it is that you feel pressed to communicate. But the process itself is all consuming, which leads me to believe that this is a major presentation you're doing, a major piece of writing or uh, communication that you are engaged in. It's something seminal about this work, and something that is absolutely destined for successful production. In the past, the Lovers. This is, I think, the setup to this ability to work at something that feels important, seminal, critical to your personal expression and productivity. Um, the Lovers is talking about a choice that you made, and I believe the choice to do what you're currently engaged in came about through a way of evaluating the way you have chosen relationships or opportunities in the past. You are moving, you have long moved into a place where you release the idea of instant gratification or short-term gratification to one of sustaining long-term benefit. So what you have chosen in this instance is a project that may take longer to develop, and it looks like you're developing it in partnership with others, but will sustain you, will have a longer life than something that was done uh, shortly or spontaneously, or from an offer that did not come, or an invitation that does not come from your own compulsion to share your story. In the future, the Nine of Cups and the Warrior of Cups together, I'm almost feeling like this is the result of this passionate, devoted effort that you're making. This all-consuming work comes from your heart, engages all of your emotions. It also engages your story, uh, perhaps those most critical early relationships in your life. Really looking at those, holding those up, cradling those in a way that can be translated, and that experience of translating this, working through these feelings and emotions, and that in and of itself is part of a long healing journey, gives you incredible sense of contentment and fulfillment. You trust that you have processed the stories, the feelings, the relationships in the best way that you possibly can, without looking away, without dressing them up, without ignoring the experience of understanding deeply as a way of understanding yourself. If this reading is resonating for you so far, Scorpio, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I am so appreciative of your presence here with me now, and I appreciate all the ways that you support me. So the Lover's card in the past is going to be clarified with a couple of cards. And we have the Star and the Four of Cups. And for the Eight of Jades, 2 more cards, please. For the 8 of Shades, we have the 10 of Swords and the Judgment card. And for the 9 of Cups, the Warrior of Cups, or the Knight of Cups as well, the 9 and the Knight. Well, we have the Fool and the 9 of Wands. Okay. So in the past, it looks like you had to train yourself to pursue or to practice choosing what chose you, choosing yourself, looking at relationships and opportunities from the vantage point of how you were valued, how you were seen, if you were seen at all. So it looks like the idea of reciprocity became key to your moving away from the way that you may have been conditioned to find opportunities, relationships. And this has dramatically shifted the way that you conduct your emotional life, the way that you use your emotions to validate what is right for you. Things feeling right, feeling seen, the deeper resonance that you have when you are well connected to a friend, a relationship, a meaningful relationship, an opportunity that gives back what you give. And this has been a practice so that you're measuring everything. You're looking at an opportunity right now for its potential match. Is this something that you've always wanted and now you're not so sure if it fits into your life? Or is this something that you've always wanted and you haven't quite grown into the confidence that it is yours, that you are deserving or worthy of that? The star is all about this bigger vision that you are calling into your life. This is the vision that guides what it is you express, what it is you produce, and who you want to connect with in the larger world. I see you practicing that through a series of choices. This can be choices made over a lifetime. This can be choices that you're now understanding have been made over a lifetime and how you have shifted that away from what was expected of you to what you expect for yourself. In the presence, the 8 of Jades was clarified by the 10 of Swords and the Judgment. You've absolutely released what others expect of you, their rules, traditions, conventions. Those have very little meaning to you if they don't work for you. But giving those up has been a series of death throes that has separated you from things that you once defined your life by. The gifts that others gave you thinking they were helping or protecting you, and your truth actually penetrating those situations so that you understand that they really weren't for you or they weren't for your best. Because how could someone else know what your best was, what you needed, what you desired? The process of developing what you desire has taken some time. But you now recognize that opportunities that you've had along the way, you're now ready for those. You're ready to perhaps redo an opportunity that wasn't as successful as you would have liked in the past. So you get a chance to redo a relationship or an opportunity. If it's not the same person or the same opportunity, the idea is the same. You're responding to the call, that you're responding to this urgency you feel to bring meaning, significance, and a contribution to the world, that you are here to play a role, as is everyone else. And you're owning that role now. You're recognizing you have the power to inspire others, to help others, to support others in a variety of ways that you've had to learn through understanding and separating yourself from things that haven't worked for you. It would be very unlikely if you are not physically exhausted at this time. And it's interesting because I see you being so involved in the work that you're currently doing that you almost can't stop yourself. But in order to do that work, you must sustain your energy level to do it. So there's this interesting dance between the quantity of revelation and illumination you're experiencing that is reassuring you that you've let go of the right things because it's made space for you to work in a way that is truly transformative for you. Not only are you improving and developing something, changing something, altering something, but you are being transformed in that practice. In the future, the Nine of Wands and the Fool card are clarifying. This is interesting because where I see you really loving your process of achievement, loving the way that your emotions feed you. They feed you creatively, they feed your imagination. They allow you to step into this place of greater empowerment for the purposes of greater service, of seeing the work you do as being the service that contributes in the way that has meaning for you. So I do see a liberation of sorts. It's a way of always holding on to this creative process, this healing process, in the face of so much, so much trying. I feel like you have worked very long and hard at achieving this work that you are currently doing, that you've thrown everything into this throughout your life to achieve some success that you're currently manifesting. But along the way, it has damaged you. It has caused you at times to be suspicious or wary. And I think that that is part of what is being transformed in embodying this greater sense of faith and trust in yourself. This trust in yourself translates into trusting the universe, understanding that no matter what comes your way, you're more than fully equipped to handle it. And that actually the challenge is the exhilaration, the journey. It's telling me that the journey is as valuable as the destination, because you don't need to know what the destination is. You're already successful in what you're doing through your process, through the careful way in which you are choosing what matches you, what supports you, what sees you. This is a beautiful emblem of liberation, and it feels like a lot of hard work has led up to the sense of inner freedom that you're experiencing, inner match to your mission, an inner way of being very public, achieving some kind of public success, being out in the world in a way that you're familiar with, but it is not where you create from. And this, as so often is the case with you, Scorpio, I feel a meditation on the artist's way. That what you do, if you are creative specifically, requires so much of your personal space and time. That being public is an afterthought, but it is not something that you consciously seek, but you're ready for it. You are thoroughly prepared. I do feel that the success of this project is going to have you moving around to various environments, being invited to talk about what you've created, And that in and of itself is an experience that you are more than ready for. I'm going to finish this reading with a flower oracle, and two want to come out, so let's do it. Gardenia is awareness. Wake up, roll the clouds away, and look. And for the everlasting daisy, fortitude, be brave and dig deep. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.